Okay, morning, guys. I got a request from someone saying that I should do this equation or this question. So we're focusing on N6 now. So they're saying that calculate number A, you're going to calculate dz over dx. Number B, you're going to calculate dz over dy. Number C, you're going to calculate the second derivative of dz over dx. And then number D, you're going to be calculating d squared z over dx multiplied by dy. So the only way that you're going to get to this part is by going through this first. So what you need to do is to do these things first before you even continue with everything. So sometimes in your question paper, your N6 question paper, what they're going to do is to give you the equation, probably something like this, and they say that calculate this. So you need to know that you're going to be doing all these steps so that you get to this one. I hope it makes sense. So let's now do the question. Excuse me. My voice is a bit sluggish because of the flu. So let's start with dz over dx, our number A. So the equation is still this one. So now we're going to be differentiating our z in terms of what? Of x. If you can see, we're having y also in the equation. So we need to treat this y as a constant. So we're not going to touch y because we're differentiating in terms of x. So we'll be having dz over dx, which is going to equal, now since it's in terms of x, we're going to say this 2 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 8. And then that 2 again multiplied by 1, it will give you, subtract 1, it will give you 1. And then y to the power 3 minus, same thing again. Here the exponent is 1, so exponent multiplied by the coefficient, which is going to give you 2. 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, and any number to the power 0 is equal to 1. So that 1, we leave it because when you multiply it with 2, it's just going to give you 2. So this now, it's our number A, dz over dx. This is how you're going to be doing it. And then we go to number B. Number B, what they want is dz divided by dy. To do dz over dy, now x, it's going to be, this x is going to be our constant. So we differentiate in terms of y. So for the first one, you're going to say 3 multiplied by 4. And 3 multiplied by 4 is equal to 12. X to the power 2, because we didn't touch it. And then y to the power 2 minus 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. And then x as our constant, then y to the power 1. That's our number 2. And then after that, we go to number C. Number C, what they want is the second derivative of dz over dx. So we already have our first derivative, which is dz over dx here. So we're going to differentiate it again. So to differentiate it, this is what we're going to be doing. And the squared z divided by dx squared. That's equal to. So we do it again in terms of x, but we're taking this one, not this one, because this is the first derivative. This one is going to be our second derivative. So we're just going to say the exponent here, which is 1 multiplied by 8, which is going to give us 8. And then y to the power 3. This one, when you differentiate it in terms of x, the outcome will be 0 because we don't have x here. So this, we treat it as our constant. So the final answer for our number C, it's just going to be 8 y to the power 3. And then let's go to number D. Number D, it's d squared z divided by dx multiplied by dy. Okay? Now, allow me to do this. Okay? Let me try to split this so that you'll understand it further. So it will be d multiplied by dz, okay, for our numerator, because d squared, it's the same as saying d multiplied by d, so that is why I'm having that. And then we divide by dx multiplied by dy. Now, if you check from all these steps that we did, what we have is dz over dy. So it means what we have is this. But now we're going to be differentiating in terms of what? X. So you're just going to take your dz over dy, you put it in, and then you differentiate in terms of x. What I'm trying to say is that you'll be having something similar to this. Let's go to our dz over dy, which is 12x squared y to the power 2 minus 4xy. Now, since we now have all this, what you need to do now is to differentiate this in terms of what? Of x. You have dz over dy, but you're differentiating in terms of x, because what we don't have is d over dx. So now, we're just going to say 2 multiplied by 12, and 2 multiplied by 12 is equal to 24. And then x, y to the power 2, minus this one is still going to be 4y. And that's how you're going to be solving something similar to this. I hope it makes sense.